Welcome back to our last Crusade, or the Rise of a New World. Anime Review, Episode 16. Just by sheer coincidence, they aired the final episode of this dub about a year after the first episode came out. We'll get to that later. In this episode, we pick up Isuka's team, where they're fighting off against Talisman's niece. Well, actually, Isuka's fighting him. He's fighting her. And it's a really good battle. They fight inside of and of course you have Salazar jumping up and trying to find the spell. He runs into the witch woman, who's also a test subject, fighting her for a while. Isuka's fighting her and then takes part of her earring, which does play a small role in the finale of this episode. After fighting her for a while, Salazar interrupts and he gets away. The rest of the team managed to slip out. By the way, Isuka does run into the other Ice Witch, very briefly, a character he did not run into previously. I mean, I get the fact she probably knows him via reputation, but it's almost like she kind of knows him, but these two have never encountered each other before. They didn't do this in Season 1, and she first showed up in this season. We'll get back to that. So it's like, how dare you use me? It's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's a very brief fight, and then, of course, the niece at the head of Hydra basically fights it, hurts her. And then, of course, basically, the three houses, who kind of, in a way, run the country, while the Lu house is the main one, they find, Salazar the demon is back. We have to basically prepare. Talisman basically wants to do something else, but, yeah, this is serious. Why does he come back? Don't know. And of course, Alice is to stay there with her mother to keep an eye on her because she is injured. And plus, Alice is really powerful, so you can't deny the fact, basically, she's having a powerful ally. Even if the powerful ally just happens to be her own daughter. They're her second daughter, mind you. And there's no denying, basically, that the Queen of the Sovereignty gave birth to three very beautiful women. There's no denying that at all. No denying that. I wonder if Alice would probably slip a little... I don't think Alice probably keep a secret from her mother. The fact that she and her sisters shared a bed with a guy who happens to be from the Empire, Isuka. I think that'd be a secret, but I still think it's... I'll get back to that. So then Mies just happens to run into someone she knows. Like, Mies. Oh, she was a killer, but then Jean comes and like, time to go, Captain. Time to go, boss. And they proceed to leave. And, of course, also, they do find what Cispel basically is. Now, they do find evidence the fact that Cispel's servant was held there. I don't know if he's still alive after practically the whole building was destroyed. Yeah, the fight between Salazar and the Talisman's niece practically destroyed this fucking skyscraper, which was built in the middle of the desert. Yes. So they find out where she is, and possibly she's going to the Empire. So the team escorts the spy to the Empire. Alice just Irene says somebody else, but I was like, nope, it has to be you because you're basically close to the team. And she's like, I think I'm going to be sick. And of course, they discussed, they had this old famous one at the end of the episode. We have Alice on one side, you have Isuka on the other, both leaning against the wall, basically as a callback to the famous teaser image that started up this whole series of these two being constant rivals. Which I thought was really good. And basically, the end of this episode, in a way, sets up a third season for the show. Which I'm really hoping that, given the fact we do have a good number of light novels to adapt. If you're really curious, like, they pretty much in a way kind of mostly finished adapting book 8. If you're curious, how many books left to go for this series? Excuse me. The honest answer is 8. Yeah. So there is still plenty of material to adapt. Oh, yes. This is 100% completely true. Yep. Yeah. Completely true. And so there's that. But otherwise, though, good season. I've had my issues with the season per se. Not with the storytelling. No, that's not the issue. It's the crappy behind the scenes stuff. Where this season initially was announced to come out 2 years ago. And then it got delayed for some reason. Not sure what the reason was for that. And then they finally released it last year in July. And after airing 4 episodes, they go on a 9-month hiatus. Well, the final episode dub was released in August of last year. As for the reason for this, the studio claimed, was to keep up with production, have production issues. What these production issues were, completely unknown. I would love to know the reason for it. Now, if you're going to ask any of the English dubcasts of what the heck is going on with this, they probably would not know anything about this at all. So, do not ask them. Do not ask any of the voice actors who are on the show about this, because they would probably have no honestly idea about this. And that's the honest truth about it. They would have no idea. None at all. But the season overall was really good. I definitely think basically every single character in the show did an amazing job. I kind of wish basically they would do a little bit more. So there's that. Now, weird thing is, Silverlink, who did the first season show, for some weird reason, and for some weird reason, despite the fact they did the first season solo, second season they decided to share it with Studio Plati. Do not know the reason for this. It's quite baffling. But do I think the season did an excellent job adapting the show? Adapting the light novels? Yes. Indeed. I think so. Oh, and here's something you might find interesting. So, Volume 14 was released 2 months ago. Have I read Volume 14? I read pretty much a lot like these. By the way, the light novels in this series are not very long. They're like a little over 200 pages. I'd say about 240, I think it is. They don't feel very long. I go through these books pretty quickly. I haven't read book 14. I haven't read book 13. I haven't read 14 yet. 15 is released here in November. That should be interesting. Yep. But all in all, really good season. So that is pretty much it for this particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next up will be a series of videos, because I'm watching some videos during an anime stream. So I'll see you all later. Okay? Bye.